Coming up next, Weeknight with Ellie Muller. That's right, it's coming up next on the one and only Nick at Night. When late night TV breaks, we fix it.
From the gorgeous YouTube Dog Show. Hey, stay right there. It's getting colder outside. Man, is it winter already? I suppose it is. It's Weeknight with Ellie Muller. And now, a man who will help you get ready for winter. Hey, it's the end of the week. Give me a break, huh? Man, he is the one and really the only Mr. Ellie Muller. Ha! Welcome to Weeknight Update. My name is Ellie Muller. What's up? Alright. The theme song was composed by Dr. Smilano and Toys Gaming Spot, Andy Bar Tunes, Mild Shocker, Christian Freighties, and GD Cube, the YouTuber, aka GD Cube, are responsible for most of the things that you'll see in here on this program tonight, and they are pretty much all what Shoutout Spotlight winners tonight, along with Eva Amity, Grandmother 2004. Hopefully she'll return to this program very, very soon. And Pierre Kelly. Please check all those people out. I have found 2 Counter of the Week winners this week. You'll find out who those people are in a matter of moments. But first, bundle up and say it with me, what's up? What's up with winter? A season that can freeze you. Hey, it's a fact. Grow up, huh? Now, USA Today came out with an interesting article. Icy sidewalks and make you slip, fall, and get hurt. Hey, I said it first. Pay up, huh? Come on, USA Today. I said it before you did. Come on. And hey, the winter solstice is this Sunday. There will be less sunlight than usual. Of course, the timing of the solstice slips by 6 hours every year. Wait, it's like daylight saving time. Huh? Very coincidental. Very coincidental. MP, it's time for another top 8 list. You got it, boss. Tonight's category, top 8 things that you shouldn't do this winter. Number 8, dance on ice. Number 7, kiss an icy sidewalk. Number 6, hug an igloo. Number 5, pee on an icy sidewalk. Number 4, pretend that the icy sidewalks are safe. Number 3, eat the snow. Number 2, make a snow tree. And number 1, make hair out of snow. Alright, that's it. This segment is over. Okay, MP, thank you very much. You know what, draw hashtag Weeknight Update, hashtag Ellie Roll for Late Night, hashtag Ellie Roll for Adults Room, hashtag Spread Love Well, and hashtag Autism is Awesome. Get those hashtags across social media, please. And while you're at it, like this thing, subscribe and bell, share, and chat in the comment section down below. Whoever you please, do not go anywhere. We will be right back with the in-between monologue, Toy Story, this week's Counter of the Week winners, a moment for everyone, Organ Time, random advice, and a few other things. Remember, this is Weeknight Update, and now it is your Friday night.
Summer's not over! Don't you quit on me! Don't you quit on me!
Happy holidays from everyone.
Deck the halls, deck the halls.
La 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 la.
Oh, 'tis the season to be jolly. Don we know our gay apparel. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la.
Ho, ho, ho. Everyone here at Nick at Night.
How about a real nice holiday gift for your floor? Empire today?
588-2300.
Carpet tomorrow.
Empire.
Now be honest. Do you really want to go through the holidays with that old carpet on the floor? At Empire, we make new carpeting so affordable and so easy to buy. Call right now and you could have new brand-name stain-resistant carpet on your floor tomorrow. Or any day you say. Of course, that means you'll have your carpet before the holidays. But you won't make a payment till after the holidays. Not till spring. Call me now. I bet you know the number.
588-2300.
Right.
Empire.
High Adventure on the Card for Christmas on ITV. A TV premiere for Superman 2. Terrence Stamp, the supervillain. Christopher Reeve, no longer the only Man of Steel. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Harrison Ford behind the wheel in Spielberg's first encounter of the Indiana kind. The Last Days of Pompeii, an epic story, an international cast for the tale of love and hate under the shadow of Vesuvius. Gallipoli, Mel Gibson as a reluctant soldier. One man's desperate race to save an army. Star Wars, a white knight and a willful princess. And the dark powers of the Force.
Coming right at us!
Airplane, in-flight entertainment with a devastating difference. Comedy and adventure for Christmas on ITV.
Welcome back to Weeknight Update. Toys Gaming Spot will have another story for everybody in a few moments. But first, buckle up because here we go again, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the In-Between Mall. Winter brings snow, ice, colder temperatures, and shorter days. Of course, winter also gives you more time inside, and that means more viewers for this show. Who knew, huh? During winter, some animals hibernate and some animals fly south. But other animals just stay put. I guess they are big fans of extremely cold weather. I was going to reference a movie, but I don't want anyone to get mad, so let's just move on. December 21st is the shortest day of the year for two reasons. Number one, it's the beginning of winter, aka the winter solstice, and two, the Earth's tilt puts the northern hemisphere far away from the sun. And that means that the northern hemisphere will have the fewest hours of daylight. Good thing that we set our clocks back an hour last month, am I right? Woo! Experts say that you're supposed to layer up before you go outside this winter. They're definitely right. Of course, you would also be right if you say that was an obvious statement. And finally, some people believe that this winter will be the coldest winter ever. Of course, most of the world received the coldest weather ever last month. So I guess you could say that we're all ready for winter. Wait. never mind. It's time for Toy's story. Go ahead, Toy.
Hey guys, Tori Mullins here, and welcome back to Tori's Story. So the next story I'm going to be telling you is about a season, and this is my first time telling a story about a season. But anyways, the first season I'm going to tell a story about is winter, and here's the story. The cold winter wind brushes across my skin with a deafening sound, but I don't mind. After a night spent lying awake and cursing at my own inability to fall asleep, I welcome the sensation. I turn back and glance at the beige house covered in recently fallen snow. With a sigh, I face ahead and continue on my path. The snow is still falling, hiding my footprints and erasing the only evidence I had even left the house. It was a struggle to convince myself to even leave my bed, but I am now grateful for numbering frigid air. I close my eyes silently, hoping that the snow will make me disappear, just as it did my footprints. My eyes remain closed as I continue to walk on the powdered sidewalk. It's true, the cold is numbing the pain in my chest, but it also ignites the memories of last winter, counteracting the effects. I feel the anger welling up inside me and the familiar sting of tears in my eyes. I violently swipe at my eyes with the sleeves of my jacket, refusing to let my emotions get the best of me in public. After a few minutes of deep breathing and more swiping, I manage to calm myself down. It takes a minute for my vision to clear up, but when it does, I curse under my breath. It seems that I consciously made my way to the place where it all began. Closing my eyes once again, I let the memories resurface and watch as my mind replays the events last year. Marshall, have you finished shoveling the driveway yet? My mother called to me from the window. Yeah, I just enjoy walking around with a shovel in my hand in this freezing weather, I called back. Drop the attitude, Marshall. Your dad won't be happy if it isn't finished by the time he gets home. I heard her voice fade more with each word, meaning she must be done with the conversation and left her position by the window. Yeah, I know, I mumble under my breath. I hate winter and everything about it. The cold weather, the flashy holiday lights, and the looming knowledge that exams are coming. It's ridiculous that I have to shovel the snow from our driveway instead of one of my older brothers. Dad claims it's to build a character, but it has always been obvious that he favors me the least of all his children. Whenever I tell my mom this, she feigns innocence and tells me I am being silly, but her eyes never fail to reveal her true opinion. The truth is that she, too, prefers my siblings over me. It never bothers me unless it involves me doing more than my share of the work. I continue cursing under my breath as I shovel the freshly fallen snow until I hear footsteps approaching. I don't bother looking up as I can be pretty sure it's Dad coming to scold me for not being finished with the driveway. I'm sorry, I'm almost finished, I promise, I said. Still shoveling, I heard a giggle that was far too high to be my dad's. I turn my gaze up and am greeted with an unfamiliar smiling face. Her hair was a light blonde, almost white to match the snow around her, with bright blue eyes filled with amusement. Despite the cold, she wore a light yellow t-shirt with jeans that didn't quite reach her ankles. The weather didn't even seem to bother her, while I was nearly frozen solid with a heavy coat and several layers of clothing. I finally snapped out of my trance and managed to croak out a few words. "Can I help you?" Somehow she managed to smile even wider and nodded slightly. "Could you tell me where St. Lucas Park is?" She had a bit of an accent, though I couldn't quite place it. Maybe some sort of French? Yeah, it's not too far from here. Take a right at the next turn and then keep going straight. You'll find it. I pointed as I spoke. She gave me a confused look but nodded anyway. "Okay, thank you." She walked down the driveway and started walking in the opposite direction I had told her to go. I sighed and sprinted after her. "Why don't I just show you? It won't take long." The girl smiled brightly and nodded quickly. "Thank you very much. My name is Amelia." She extended her hand eagerly. I couldn't help but crack a smile of my own. "Marshall, I'm guessing you're not from around here." I took her hand and shook it. Amelia nodded again. "Yes, I just arrived from Montreal with my father." We continued to make small talk, and before long we had arrived at the park. We exchanged numbers, and she thanked me once more before taking off down the running path. I found myself smiling as I made my way back home. When I got home, Dad scolded me for not finishing my chores, but I didn't mind. The only thing on my mind was her. Over the next couple of months, Amelia and I became closer and closer. I was no longer bothered by the favoritism of my parents or the extra workload, because she was often by my side. We spent our days spent at the park and our nights speaking in hushed tones so that our families wouldn't discover our midnight rendezvous. It wasn't long before I realized I had fallen for her. One night, after an hour of stargazing, I abruptly stood up and pulled her along with me by the hand, telling her to keep her eyes closed. Okay, you can open your eyes. I watched her sparkling blue eyes light up as she gazed upon my surprise for her. Carved into our favorite tree was our names in the shape of a heart. She smiled at me and squeezed my hand in a thank you. We lived like this until the beginning of summer when disaster struck. It was a beautiful July day. I awoke to the sound of the loud buzzing of my cell phone. Hello? I asked groggily. With each word that came out of my phone, I became more alert. Even so, I only managed to catch a few words. Accident, hospital, gone, Amelia. The tears now flowed freely, and I didn't try to stop them. It would be a useless effort now. I allowed myself to cry for the first time since Amelia's death, and it felt good. After a while, I slowly removed my hand that was supporting me from its position and took a long look at the tree it was resting on. Though somewhat faded, the names were still there, much like the memories of her would be someday, but they would always be there. The end. That's the story about winter. So stay tuned where I tell the next story. Bye, guys.
Thank you very much, Toy. That was an excellent story. And now, let's find out who won this week's Count of the Week challenge.
Well, it's the end of a week. That means that it's time for Ellie Muller to answer the question that the world has been asking since the beginning of a week. What's the comment of the week? What are you waiting for, Ellie? Let's get this over with.
Thanks a lot, Question for ATs. This week's Count of the Week question was, what do you like the most about winter and why? Now, Anthony showed the small cultures in opening, and Mason Wrigley both said snow. But they both said snow for different reasons. Anthony showed the small cultures in opening said that he likes snow because it reminds him of certain things. And Mason Wrigley said he just loves seeing snow. Well, guess what? Although I have pinned Mason Wrigley's response, I am declaring Mason Wrigley and Anthony Short of Small Cultures in Opening this week's Count of the Week winners. Congratulations. We'll try this again next week. And remember, next week, I will tell you who this year's Grasshopper of the Year will be. It has been a tough competition, but we are getting very, very, very close. So stay tuned.
Well, Ellie Muller has found the comment of the week. So, what does that mean? Well, that means that it's time to move on with the rest of the show. So let's go.
Well done, Anthony Schultz of Small Cultures in Opening and Mason Wrigley. Well done. Yes. All right. Woo! Now, Anthony Schultz of Small Cultures in Opening and Mason Wrigley, you two have won 37 points each for winning this week's Count of the Week challenge and for doing all of the other things. Mason Wrigley, I'm giving you an extra 100 points for having your response pinned by yours truly. Now, what does that mean for the rankings? Well, let's take a look. Anthony Short of Small Cultures in Opening is still in first place with 1,658 points. Pierre Kelly is still in second with 590 points. Mason Wrigley is now in third with 514 points. Philip Gibson and Cannonball Tunes are still tied with 259 points. Roberto Henley still has 174 points. My Point still has 137 points. Yellow Belly Cretan still has 74. ENMF, CEO of the Web2 Network, still has 59 points. The Bell Media Studios Do Not Terminate or Hack still has 37. We're talking about points still. And Hendo is still in last place with 22 points. Woo! That was a mouthful. Hey, let's have a moment for everyone, huh? Well, winter is about to begin, and as everyone knows, the weather gets wild in the winter. Of course, the entire USA has been dealing with cold weather for quite some time now, and I think that we all know what to do when the weather gets cold. In case you need a reminder, though, here are the things that you are going to need this winter. Hats, warm coats, gloves, boots, snow shovels, salt for the sidewalks and your stairs, hot chocolate, and heat. Now, if you play it smart and safe this winter, then you won't freeze. Hey, laugh all you want now. Let me tell you what happened to one person last winter. That person didn't get any of the things that I told you to get. And that person became a frozen popsicle. Don't ask me where that person is now because I don't want to scare you before Christmas. All I'm telling you right now is to be prepared for whatever winter has in store for you. And now, it's time to be prepared for actual comedy. Why? Because it's talking time. Folks, USA Today came out with this article stating that the icy sidewalks can not only break your bones and give you concussions, but would also ruin your life. That's right. According to statistics from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, around 17,000 of the icy sidewalk falls are fatal. I know it's insane, but it's also true. I mean, one woman in particular walked out of her job last winter or 2 winters ago, and she slipped and fell on the ice, hitting her head on a fence on a nearby property, and then passed away due to a little thing called hypothermia. That's right. It's tragic. I mean, just plain tragic. Of course, that should teach you, folks, 2 things. 1, bundle up, and 2, watch where you step. All right? I mean, woo! That is just plain messed up. Now, let me tell you something that will make you think. And believe me, this will definitely make you think. As everyone knows, December 21st is the winter solstice, aka the first day of winter. However, as it turns out, the shortest day of the year will actually be a lot shorter. Why? Because every year we lose an additional 6 hours due to the fact that the northern hemisphere gets pulled further away from the sun. That's right. And listen to this. It takes our planet 365.24 days to complete an orbit around the sun. I know it's supposed to be 365 days, but here's the thing. Alright? You know what? Because of daylight saving time and things like that, there's always going to be, a fraction of a day added on. So, there you go. Now, what does that mean for the winter solstice? That means that the timing of the solstice would slip by about 6 hours every single year, which would add up to a full day in just 4 years. That's right. So, please keep that in mind the next time you think about another year and things like that. Alright? Now, how about some random advice for the weekend? If you see a walking snowman outside this winter, then you need to see a doctor because there's no such thing as a walking snowman. This winter, please bundle up. You don't want to be someone's frozen popsicle in 2026. Making snow angels this winter is cool. Making a castle in the snow will make you look like a show-off. And finally, if you make a snow fort this winter, then you better be careful because someone will start a snowball fight and we don't need another fight. Woo! That was totally wild. But it's time to wrap this thing up. Enjoy the ending experiment and enjoy the weekend. I'll see you on Monday, alright? Until then, that is the news, and I am Outskis 4x4. Folks, before we go any further, I just want to apologize for showcasing the wrong article during last night's installment of Weeknight Update. I am trying very, very, very hard to make everything perfect, but sometimes these things happen. So here's the article from last night's episode, and you'll get the ending experiments immediately following that article. Cool? Alright.
Christmas is less than a week away. So here's an early Christmas present from all of us here on Weeknight Update and Nick at Night to all of you. The ending experiments.
Thank you very much, Christian Freites. And now, it's time for another exciting episode of the Random Box with Knuckles. Here we go.
Christmas is rapidly approaching. That means that Knuckles and Rouge are going to get married very soon. Can you believe it? Hey, it's time for the Random Box with Knuckles!
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Random Box. I'm Knuckles. Christmas is less than a week away. Do you know what that means? Yep, it's almost time for me and Rouge to get married. True love makes Christmas sweet and special. Wait, did I say something like that before? Who cares? I love Rouge and Rouge loves me. That's more than enough. And now, I have to write my vows. How much can I tell her how much I love her? How can I tell her how happy she makes me? How can I tell her she means the world to me? Well, I gotta go. Rouge is getting our home ready for our honeymoon, and I'm getting our bags packed for our honeymoon. Until next week, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
This has been the Random Box with Knuckles, a production of Captain Shoes and Nick at Night. When Lad TV breaks, we fix it. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everyone. Soon, Knuckles and Rouge will be married.
Christmas is rapidly approaching. Can you believe it? Look, the presents are already under the Christmas tree. Isn't that incredible? Hey, Nick at Night has some Christmas presents for you, and they will make Christmas awesome for you. Do you want to know what they are? Well, seeing as though you have been good all year, I'm going to tell you what they are right now. Next week on The Kane Factor with Jessica Kane will give you Christmas joy with some help from her family, Carol Brunette, the Nick at Night Choir, Dixie the Nick at Night Pixie, Amanda Pete, Harry Connick Jr., Keenan Thompson, Kel Mitchell, Ryan Seacrest, and Jay Leno. I wonder if Santa and Rudolph will be there too. Well, we'll just have to find out. Then Weeknight Update with Ellie Muller will give you a very Merry Christmas because Ellie Muller and his team will talk about Christmas trees, Christmas presents, the Yule log, Christmas, and cookies. So when you are done drinking eggnog, watch Weeknight Update with Ellie Muller. Watch those shows and several other shows next week on Nick at Night. When late night TV breaks, we fix it.
Alright, folks, it's time for another episode of Funny Sticks. Alright, here we go.
Have you ever been punched in the face before? No. Ow! Well, now you have. Funny Sticks. Created by GD. When I switch this, it's gonna turn nighttime. Now I'm gonna switch it back into day. What's that? Well, what gives you weapons? Ah, what a nice day. What the?
Okay, so icy sidewalks and stairs will always be dangerous and slippery. Whoa, wait a minute. When did this show start being extremely obvious? Boy, oh boy, this has been truly wild. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to answer an important question. What did we learn? So, what did we learn? Well, we've learned that the icy sidewalks will always be slippery. The first day of winter should always be December 21st. And we've also learned that sometimes a show like this can be pretty obvious. At least this whole thing is just about over. So, here it is, your musical performance time performance.
And now, it's musical performance time.
It's musical performance time again, folks. How many of you can remember this Christmas classic? That was your musical performance time performance, and now it's time for another brand new episode of Kadabra and Sparkles.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time once again for the Kadabra and Sparkles show. And now, here's your host, Kadabra the Magic Bunny, with his co-host, Sparkles the Magic Wand. Hey guys, Kadabra and Sparkles back at it again. Our next trick is the endless water trick. Okay, Kadabra, I got the water and pot ready. Thank you, Sparkles. Ta-da! How long this will last? Well, guys, that's all for this episode. See you all next week for another magic trick. What a wet magic trick, eh, Sparkles? Yes, Kadabra. No wonder why it's called the Endless Water Trick. Join us again next time. Same Kadabra time, same Kadabra show.
This Christmas, Nick at Night is staying on the job.
I've got to work on Christmas.
As Nick at Night presents 10 hours of classic Christmas episodes for the holidays.
The important thing is we're all going to be together for Christmas.
It's our gift to you from the bottom of our hearts.
I never thought that I would be working on Christmas.
It all happens Christmas night starting at 8, 7 Central on Nick at Night.